Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's episode of The Nerd is the Word. I am Josh,
I'm Jeff.
and well, if you're getting Homelander vibes, you know what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. Just join in the conversation because that's
Yeah,
that's about right.
yeah, yeah. If you're getting a vibe of, hey, you guys remember Homelander? Yeah, did they redo him? Yeah. But before we get into that, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. Let's say just work week, bowling, the usual.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Now that they have my schedule fixed for my Wednesdays,
Yeah.
so I
I
got
uh, I
that.
did watch Napoleon Dynamite the other day. That was such a good rewatch.
What did I watch the other day? What did I rewatch? I rewatched Scream again. Man, that's mainly my go back if I'm cleaning the house or something, or nothing important. I'm playing Scream or like an old horror movie in the background.
Or
That
an old war movie. What in the world?
horror, not war. Okay, old war movies you sit down and you watch. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. But depending on how gruesome a horror movie is, I'll play in the background. If it's like Splatterhouse, I'll just sit there and go, the house can clean itself. Sit there and watch it.
He's like, yeah, we're buying a room, but I'm gonna watch this.
No, the other day when we were unloading the truck, I had my headphones down. I was listening to Scream too, just unloading the truck. Yeah, yeah. But no, yeah. Scream, just replaying through Resident Evil 7 because Resident Evil 8 comes out early next month. I think like May 7th or something. So uh, at least I think it's early next month. I haven't checked the official date, but so I'm playing back through 7 because I think 8 is going to be continuing on this character's story. It did look like Ethan was going to be the main character or one of the characters. So replaying through that. See what else. Just doing my thing. Finally watched Kong. Well, finished Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, just in time for the next HBO Max release.
What is that one? Is that
Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
comes out Friday.
that's good. Goes out Friday. Yeah, that's actually gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
check that
so
one out.
excited for that. I would say we'll definitely have that to talk about along with, oh geez, at what,
Yeah.
episode 5 of Falcon and Winter Soldier next week? Well, Friday
Yeah.
as well.
I
But
mean, yeah. This is it's a very very busy month. I
oh
mean,
yeah, because we were supposed to be gearing up for Black Widow, but they pushed that back
mhm,
to July because it was supposed to
yeah.
be like an April release, like early April. But I think that we'll get Loki not too long, like by the beginning of the month, we'll have Loki out as well.
Hopefully, because that show, just that trailer, that new trailer looks so good. You know,
I know he's
Loki,
your favorite character, so it makes
he
sense.
is without a doubt my favorite Marvel character. Well, actually, no, now that I think about who is my favorite Marvel character,
Mysterio.
that's my favorite villain.
Oh,
Mysterio is the best villain, and if I'm remembering correctly, the remember Logan, the like Hugh Jackman's last run as Wolverine.
oh yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, and I want to say I am, the comic book series that's based on Mysterio had a big hand in that because it was based on the Old Man Logan comics, and I believe if it's not that comic, it's another book. But Mysterio like fucked with Wolverine and had him kill like a lot of people, like just a
Oh
lot of.
yeah.
Was it the
Had
Old Man Logan
mm-hmm.
comics?
Those old
Yeah,
man Logan books, yeah.
yeah, Mysterio got in his head, which was it was cool to see a Spider-Man villain fuck with Wolverine. Because
Red Skull was president.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, comics are the only place where something that outlandish can happen. Like I remember for a while, Lex Luthor was president at one point in the DC books, and it was interesting.
Oh
But
Jesus! Oh my God! Um, Mysterio did his illusion magic
mhm,
and tricked Wolverine into killing the entire X-Men.
yeah, that
Wow.
was those books were dark. And Hawkeye was cool in those books, but he was older, he was blind, and you're just like, that's how you know Hawkeye. He has some skills if he's blind and he's like, look, I'm blind, but I can still hit the balls off a fly with this arrow.
The story was so dark you'd think it was written in DC.
I know, right? That's one of my favorite parts about Deadpool. You're so dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?
Universe?
But no, let's go ahead and get into this. I don't think we have any house cleaning to do.
I'm gonna say which one you want to start with, Kong versus Godzilla or Episode 4?
Let's start with Kong vs. Godzilla because I got some thoughts on episode 4.
Oh, me too.
I got some thoughts. But Kong versus Godzilla, I will say I loved it. Not my favorite of the Godzilla of the MonsterVerse, I guess they're calling it.
Yeah,
Or
it wasn't my favorite either, but it definitely was very very good.
it
I
was
thoroughly
very
enjoyed it.
good. It was. It had its moments where it was funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
yeah.
and it's like I told Serena, wasn't here to see who was Alexander Skarsgård make himself out like he's an idiot. Wasn't here for that. I was there to see Godzilla and Kong duke it out and try and kill each other. That's what I
Yeah.
was here for. And those parts, they were awesome. They really were. Some of it was a little confusing. Like, you know, I know they kind of explained the whole why they're fighting, but they also really didn't. It's like, why are they fighting? Well, they're at war. Yeah, but why?
Don't worry about that. They're fighting.
Yeah.
That was the writers' room. Why are they fighting? Don't worry about that. They're fighting.
Why are they fighting? Look, fighty, fighty. Write it down. But no,
It,
it was thoroughly enjoyable. I'd watch it again. Um, but it isn't my favorite. King of the Monsters was by far my favorite.
oh God, yeah.
I
Mainly just
mean,
because you got to see all the monsters.
All of Rodan, who literally had a role kind of that big, but you were still like, they put fucking Rodan in here. Hell yeah! But no, I mean, it's I don't know because if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but before they even put the movie out or even a trailer, they had announced that a lot of old monsters were the ones that hadn't died were going to be coming back. And I didn't really see any of them. I mean, you had Ghidorah's skull, which yeah, that was kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah, they really didn't have any of the only thing that when they had of like the old monsters was like that little March Madness bracket that they had at the beginning of the movie that
yeah,
led to Godzilla and Kong. That
yeah,
was like the only other monsters besides the ones that were there for the first time in the well, they had the ones that they were like feeding to Mecha Godzilla at the end.
yeah.
Or
Well,
like they
those
were
were
testing Mecha Godzilla out on.
skull crawlers or whatever from
Yeah.
Kong Skull Island, I believe.
And then they had like the new like flying snake thing in the Hollow Earth
Yeah,
world, and that was really the only other monsters.
yeah. It also kind of felt like the past two movies weren't really acknowledged. I mean, yeah, Ghidorah was mentioned.
Well, so they paid off that post credit scene. That was what they did with that for the Mecha
Yeah,
Godzilla was they just paid off the post credit scene from King of All Monsters.
and hey, I'm cool with it. It was a good movie. I do feel like Mechagodzilla was wasted.
Yeah, I wanted so much more of that. Oh my god, I
Because
wanted more.
if they would have done like a build up for a sequel, I'd even been fine with that. But
Hmm.
they had you saw a little bit of Mechagodzilla, and then he got like jumped by Godzilla and Kong. You're just like, wow, they beat the fuck out of him in like 5 minutes. Yeah, they clapped some cheeks, and I don't know. I felt like
Honestly, like the plot was literally like Batman versus Superman, but it was Godzilla and Kong.
exactly
Like
that's exactly.
if Godzilla would have just suddenly been like save Mothra, like it would have been the same movie.
I wouldn't have been like I'd have been like yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
that
I've
that
seen
makes
this
sense.
before.
Yeah. What was it? You're or I feel like Thomas Wayne or Batman's mom. Can't remember her name. That's still awesome. No, but yeah, it was a good movie. King of the Monsters was 9 times better, honestly. But
I was happy that they let the human story like not be the front runner this time.
so was I. That I was very very happy about because King of the Monsters did feel like the human story was what was happening, and the backdrop was everything that was going on with Godzilla. And it's like, look, if that's how you're making your Godzilla movie, you've never seen a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, so like this
But I
time
mean,
it felt more like they put Godzilla at the forefront and they used the human story to like get you to the next fight or get you to the next like thing with one of the
yeah,
title characters, either like Godzilla, Kong, something. They used the human story to get them to the next point where you see fighty fighty.
yeah,
It
they
was it
used the
was a
human
lot
story,
more well done.
and I enjoyed it. I mean, I did like the fact that what was his name? Fire Fist. What
Oh
was his
yeah.
from Deadpool 2? I was like, is that get the fuck out of here? He's got glasses. That was entertaining, and I did think that those three's little side adventure it was hilarious.
I mean, basically, it was just there to get you to Mechagodzilla, right? Like that was
Yeah,
the only reason it was there.
yeah, and you had a dude who he was a 100% of a supervillain. I mean, he was without a doubt like Lex Luthoring it up in there. I
So
mean,
you mean Lex Luthor creating Doomsday for Batman v Superman?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I get it, but I feel like if they would have I feel like they should have reread that script a little bit. Like, okay, what's gonna go on here? That's what we're doing. Okay, he's gonna find an eyeball. Okay, and it's gonna be gone. How'd that happen? They're not gonna explain that one. I mean, and the fact that what's her name?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, her dad was just kind of like she's he had to have gotten a call from a school or something because she is not over 18. Let's be honest here. And the fact that he wasn't like, oh, she's where? Oh, she's not there. Okay, yo, I'm going back because I'm about to hunt down a kid. The fact that he was just like, oh, she's probably out doing
Oh,
something.
you little rascal.
Yeah. Oh, look. After everything that happened, if I saw my daughter with a grown ass man just run up, just like, hi, I'd have been like, yeah, hi, who the fuck are you? Hi, we haven't met. I'm the cop, remember? No, but no. All jokes aside, I did think that those three's little adventure. It was funny and it didn't feel forced because, and it kind of made it 21st century. I know it's 21st century. Don't get me wrong, but it did make okay. Yeah, the dude's doing a conspiracy theory podcast. We all know of a conspiracy theory podcast,
Yeah, they're
and
usually wrong, but yeah.
you usually, unless it's about aliens, and it's right. Do not test me. No, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm rambling. Um, Final thought. I thought it was a good movie. It's without a doubt my second favorite. because it just King of the Monsters did leave big shoes. Whereas you gave us a movie that good, the next movie's got to be 10 times better. I mean, we got to see Godzilla taking down 6 monsters at once.
Yeah,
If 3 heads does not count as 3 different monsters, okay, go ahead and say that one right there. 3 heads don't count. It's one monster.
yeah, it was. I feel the same way. Like, it's not bad. It just wasn't King of the Monsters level, like, fighting.
Yeah.
Although the fighting in this was very good, and it was
It was very.
it was very reminiscent of like the old Godzilla movies, and I was like excited about that. Uh, the little Stormbreaker thing felt a little forced.
It really did because they never explained it.
Yeah, they just kind of were like, oh, he's got a hammer. It's like, how did he get that? He's got a hammer.
Yeah, they were kind of like, yeah, this is an axe or a hammer, whatever. Oh, and it's made out of one of the little like
The scale, yeah, the
It's like,
spikes that stick out of his back, yeah.
oh, okay. How was this here? How did it get here? Why is there 6 of them? Why was that little light on the floor made to look like Godzilla? I have questions and no one's giving me answers.
Yeah, the movie did a real bad job at answering the questions raised in the movie.
Yeah, and even
But
Serena.
fighty.
Yeah, exactly. Serena a couple times sitting there like, and I was just confused. She was a couple points where it's like, why are they doing this again? And I'm sitting there like, I'm sitting there like, I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is that the second old girl came in, the daughter or whatever, I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, the second she came in, I didn't say it out loud. I said it in my head. I was like, okay, they're going to get what they're going to do. They're going to find what the bad guys need. She's going to try and get away, and she's going to die. And they did kind of fall into the trope of going into the earth to find something with rocket ship kind of things. Because let's be honest, every movie that's happened, one of those ships has bad guys on it, and those bad guys die.
That's fair.
I mean, but
like the one that comes to mind was like that doesn't fit that is like what the Core. Did you ever see that movie?
Aaron Eckhart? Yeah.
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's that other dude's name? He was the cop from Gone in 60 Seconds. The black dude. I can't remember his name ever.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember the name right now.
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah. Didn't it have oh, what's his name? He was Garth from Supernatural and the new guy?
Oh yeah. He was yeah. Oh, what was his
name? DJ Qualls.
Yeah, DJ Qualls. Yeah, he was in it. He was like the hacker, and then it had Hilary Swank too. Good. It was a good movie. I watched it not too long ago as well.
I think
it's a long movie, but it was.
Yeah, I think they showed us that in science class.
What
back in like middle school.
It's 2 hours and 15 minutes, but like it feels a lot longer.
It's an average. It feels longer, but now that I think about it, I think that's about the length of like a sciencey movie.
What was the one that I saw that they played? It's the one where they go. Was it Frequency? What is the?
What is that? Ow, an itch. Why does that sound familiar?
Frequency. No, that's not the one. What was the? It's like the movie where it's got the girl and she goes in the little space thing and then she meets the aliens and they look like her dad on like some foreign world and she goes through like a wormhole.
An acid trip? No, I know what we were talking about. I can't remember the title. It looked like her dad. Who was in it?
Bro, I can't even remember. Contact. That's what it is. Contact. I literally just like put in keywords in Google and it came up with the right answer. Thank you. It was Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. Yeah, of course she was in there.
Um, but yeah, that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Matthew McConaughey was in it. Larry King played Larry King.
It's amazing how many times Larry King plays.
Tom Skerritt. That's the guy that I could. That was her dad in the movie.
Yeah, Aliens, Top Gun.
Yeah, it was a Top Gun's the one I remember.
Ooh, I flew with your dad.
Good old Tom Skerritt. Yeah, the core was the one that I watched because it was for like astronomy class. So they're like, all right, space.
Space. No, we were watching it for
That movie's long too. How long is that movie?
Yeah.
Because it took like 3 days to finish that movie through class.
I remember we did that in middle school. We watched that for like Earth Science or whatever, and then I can't remember what science class.
2.5 hours. Yeah, it's about on point with that.
Yeah, for Earth Science we watched the core, and I can't remember what science class I was in, but we watched oh god, what was that damn movie? I can't remember the name of the movie right now. It'll come to me in the middle of the night. Had Ethan Hawke and Jude Law in it, and it was oh god, what was that movie? It was about like people being
Is it called Gattaca?
yes, Gattaca. That's what it was.
I literally just typed in Ethan Hawke, Jude Law, and it was the first thing that came up.
I think that's the only movie they've been in together.
That's probably why it was the only one that came. Ooh, Uma Thurman was in it too.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Wait, Maya Rudolph was in it, and that movie was made in when? 1997?
Yeah, because that was a young Ethan Hawke. He was young, youngish, but it wasn't bad. I'm high school and middle school science class were the best. Movies were fun, but anyways, Kong vs Godzilla.
Yeah, back to the Hollow Earth. The reason why we got there.
Yeah.
I thought the world building was cool. I hope that we get another Kong movie where they just set it in the Hollow Earth, like give him something to do there. You get to make new monsters, like go for it.
I would love that. I would love a continuation of this. I mean, I'd love another Godzilla movie. I mean, there are so. I mean, they could hit him with Space Godzilla, and I would still sit there and go, okay, yeah, let's get that shit. But I mean, yeah, the world building was very enjoyable. I loved it. You know, I liked the whole idea of like the journey to the center of the earth kind of idea.
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to come up with like who they might go to next.
Well, Ghidorah's gone. Rodan wouldn't stand much of a chance if he's still alive. I can't remember if he's alive. You know, Mechagodzilla's done unless someone decides to do that again, which I don't see that happening. I don't know who else they could do. Space Godzilla is really the only. Yes, Space Godzilla is the only one I can even think about. I just don't know how they would do that.
Honestly, like you could give me more Mechagodzilla, I would be.
Yeah, 100%. I really wish they wouldn't have released the toys and the Funkos from Mechagodzilla until after the movie came out. Because now that I know Mechagodzilla was in there, it did kind of kill the surprise. You know? But no, I mean I give it a solid 9 out of 10. You know? There are a couple things that needed that needed fixing, but I'd watch it again. I'd watch it a couple of times. I'd watch it again just to see them Godzilla and Kong fight at night in Tokyo or Hong Kong, I mean.
So it's looking like you could do I think so you have Space Godzilla, probably the one that's going to be probably the next one that's going to be in there. But you also have Destoroyah,
Forgot about that.
and uh, and then you have like Gigan and Megalon, who are like always like together. So you could have like you could legitimately have like Godzilla have to call on Kong again and like team up to beat these two dudes that just like show up.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, it does. The only thing I'm sad about is eventually they're gonna run out of monsters.
Or hear me out, they just make it.
Okay.
Just make a new one.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. Yeah, 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 yeah. Make a new one. Yeah, yeah, cool, 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 cool. No, yeah, that is a pretty good idea. I mean, whatever they're doing, so far it's worked out for them. This, like I said earlier, this wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad by no means.
What was your favorite part?
Favorite part? Oh, it had to be between the Hong Kong fight because that was just badass.
Yeah.
Like Kong hiding on buildings and then surprise motherfucker and just jumping down.
Judo chop.
Yeah, judo chop. Between that and honestly all the Millie Bobby Brown and everyone else, and those three whose character names I can never remember, their little adventure, from the them talking at that little restaurant and them picking on old dude from Deadpool. Oh, that's why she control you, and that are man, I didn't know I was gonna die. Just die around a bunch of kids. Just take a drink. It was funny. I mean, those are my two favorite parts. I mean,
yeah, mine. So specifically in that, like the Hong Kong fight, like where when they when they revive, when they like basically like give him the electro start on his heart with the vehicle.
I did think that was cool.
Well, not that, but it was the like after he like gets up and you just see him like run into a building and like pop his shoulder back in place.
Badass. And here's the thing, Kong from the like 1931, the black and white one.
Mm-hmm.
He was made to be kind of a mix between a boxer and a monkey. Kind of. That's why every time you ever see him fight, he's like Mike Tyson it up. I was like, I'm getting Lethal Weapon vibes. He saw Mel Gibson pop his shoulder back in place, was like, fuck it. Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, I really like that. And then I really like that that final scene where he's like holding up like the skeleton of like Mechagodzilla and you just see like the neck vertebrae like hanging there. That was kind of badass.
It really was badass. And I also did like when they went to the Hollow Earth and he fucked that one like snake thing up, ripped his head off. She's like,
it's like, wow. It's like, what is this, a crawfish? Like, what are you doing?
Like, just establish your dominance. Well, just pee on the body or something. I mean, mark your territory. He's just sitting there like, no, you gotta drink the blood. It's like, really? That's your initiation?
And then and then at the like the very end, whenever like right before Godzilla like just like walks off into the water, like it was just that moment where they look at each other and they were just like it's like, my dog got you. And then just like, go their separate ways.
It was like, and the fact that Kong was about to say, this motherfucker, and then like you could see the look on his face, so he's like, come on. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I mean, I like the way
it was a fun watch. It was shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I figured it'd be at least 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but it wasn't, because it was what? It was barely 2, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 140 something, or if it wasn't 2, it was almost 2.
113. That's just shy of 2 hours. It
Yeah,
was like a
that
153.
yeah,
Yeah, it was just I thought for sure it was gonna be like a 2.5, like a 2:15, 2.5.
at least. Cause and I think if it would have been longer, that might have helped it a little bit because you could have added more story in there. But
No, fuck the story. Just add me more Mecha Godzilla fight. I know it's expensive, but damn, it's like you have to CGI it. But please, we want it.
whole movie's expensive. There's like, well, we can't add Mechagodzilla. It's expensive. The CGI, and there's something like, the whole fucking movie is CGI, man. What you think we actually got a big ass gorilla?
Okay, well, they made their money on it
Which doesn't shock me.
because
It really,
they had it. It says that they had a $200 million budget, and worldwide gross was from just box offices was 338.
that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so like it just off of like movie theater releases, they actually made their money back on it. So that
Yeah,
doesn't include all the money that they're going to get that they got for like HBO Max as well.
yeah, and hell, that doesn't even account for marketing, toys, Funko, all that. I mean, shirts. We went to FYE today to get that Jason Bloom pop, and there was a Rumble in the Jungle shirt, and it had Konga. I mean, they're making their money off it, and hey, they should. I mean, they obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm sure that we're going to see more. Like I said, like we so I read somewhere that there wasn't a post credit scene, right? But that
No,
that scene at the end with like Kong and the Hollow Earth, like that was originally supposed to be a post credit scene, but they just like moved it into the movie. And so, like, if you think about it that way, that would mean that it's like setting up for a Kong, Hollow Earth movie.
yeah, and
And then, like, obviously, like, you've still got more people Godzilla can fight. And, like, if for some reason, like, you do, Godzilla needs help, good old Kong with the axe, like, I got you, big dog.
Kong's like, the beacons are lit. Godzilla calls for aid. And Kong will answer. The Lord of the Rings reference for those.
He goes, and you have my axe.
And
Better Lord of the
we
Rings
have something
reference.
to know, so this is what you got to take.
Better Lord of the Rings reference. You're welcome. I don't even like that damn thing.
Look here, okay, you're close to blasphemy, so chickadee check yourself. Words no one has said in 1,000 years. But no. Yo, so we have a new Homelander.
Yeah. This is great. I'm enjoying so much of this.
I didn't say anything last week. I meant to. But watching just the beginning of the episode of that new episode, I sat there and I said, yeah, he's gonna take that fucking super soldier serum. He's gonna find
yeah,
a
you knew.
he's gonna get it. You knew. And they didn't tell you, but they told you, they showed you. Hey, that dude has lost his marbles. I mean, they're there. They're not actually they're not there. They're gone. They're hidden. But
One thing that we didn't mention last week about it when we did the fact that he has I don't know, famous parents. Mr. Captain America does.
John Walker,
Yeah.
who's his parents?
His dad is it's this little known actor named Kurt Russell.
The actor?
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the character. That's Kurt Russell. Okay, yeah. Now that you say that, I can see it. They do.
And then his mother is Goldie Hawn. Yeah. Yeah, had no idea he was like Hollywood royalty.
Didn't know that. Didn't know that his dad was Wyatt fucking Earp. But
that's the one you went with?
Yeah, I mean Snake Plissken too. You know,
That
Creed.
that's the reference that you went with.
Yeah, Tombstone is one of my favorite Kurt Russell movies. After The Thing,
He was literally Ego.
I didn't like him as Ego. Well, I did,
He was Ego.
but look, okay, e- the Ego isn't the first character I think of when I think of Kurt Russell, just because I think of The Thing and Tombstone, Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., all that. Uh, Stargate. But see, now that you say that, I definitely can see it because he does resemble Kurt Russell. I mean, you
He
can
was
see
also in Sky High.
every time I forget about that movie, it gets brought back up, and I don't forget about it for a reason. I forget about it because I haven't seen it in a billion years. But yeah, this this dude is losing his fucking mind, and I'm sure a lot of it is it's the ego that he has because now he's Captain America, and then he took the super soldier serum, and now he's kind of losing his shit. And I mean, yeah, I can get it. His best friend was killed. I can't exactly say I would do what he did, but I can understand the anger if that makes any sense.
I mean, it's literally like the embodiment of that Iron Man quote from uh from Spider-Man: Homecoming, where it's like, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve it anyways.
Yeah, and it does seem like without that shield, all he is John Walker.
Yeah, well, I mean, he like earned the shield on his own merit, but like he consistently thinks that it's not enough. So instead of trying to make himself better the right way, like he just shoots up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you put it really good. Now anything I say is going to be like, "Well, did Joshua leave and watch it?" Yes, I did watch it. No, I mean, and it's like I was telling one of my friends the other day. I know who he is, so I already don't like him because I know U.S. agent, all that. But also, I can kind of see things from his side a little bit, where it is, he was kind of put in this position. He doesn't have superpowers. He's just a man, and now he's the face of a very important man. It's like Bucky said, that shield means a lot to him, and it means a lot to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, look, if you're gonna execute someone with the shield, look, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little piece of advice. Don't do it in a busy street with cameras, okay? Because
Big Brother is watching.
yeah, ask anyone. You gonna get that's not gonna work out for you. But and it was just the rage where it's like, oh, you really are the mirror Captain America. Where it's like, you might he has the Steve Rogers haircut, which is the first thing I noticed, like, oh, don't do that. Steve had wonderful hair. Do not.
You may be on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
Yeah, exactly. I
And then
mean,
he turned to the dark side. It fits.
every fucking episode, dude. Every time you say something where I'm like, I have nothing. What am I supposed to do? Say something? I can't.
You have done that yourself, Anakin.
You can't. Oh, that's funny. A little side note. There was a video from Clone Wars with their version of Anakin. What are you doing down there? And it cut over to the video of him like, we're looking at sea otters. 6 of them over there. I love that video. I've watched it 1,000 times. But no, I mean, John Walker is. I think next episode we're gonna see him break even more because we've slowly kind of seen him start to lose his shit. You know, where when old boy spit in his face and you know who I am? He's like, yeah. Why do you think I did that?
Well, it's more so we'll probably see him like go further off the deep end just because Battlestar, the guy who died, that was
Yeah,
like that was like the balance to his like scale, right? So it's like
yeah.
anytime like he got too far out of line, like
His
he would
buddies
pull
are
him
like,
back
look,
off the edge. But
come
now
here,
like he doesn't have that like
that anchor.
that person to keep him grounded anymore, and he's just
Yeah, and
it's just the beginning.
and I'm willing to bet it's going to come down to between him and Bucky. I
I
think that
I think it's gonna be there may be a fight between the two, but if I'm putting I'd put 90% of my money on Sam getting the shield.
I'm not talking about for the shield. I'm talking about them fighting. Like
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's
they're they set it up to where now it's two super soldiers beating the hell out of each other. One of them's the Winter Soldier. The other one's a wannabe Captain America who juiced and is losing his mind.
mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like that picture I sent you from the first Captain America, where it's a perfect soldier and a good man, and Steve was the good man and John was the perfect soldier.
Yeah.
I mean, look, dude gots to go. I mean, let's be honest here. And the well, what is the Royal Guard of Wakanda's? What is their name?
The Dora Milaje.
Yeah, that was an intense fight.
Oh,
I loved every second of it. It was and just where Sam was like, yeah, you ain't gonna win that fight, man.
he's like, okay.
Yeah. What was the other thing I thought was funny?
When they took his arm off, he's like, did you know they could do that? No.
It just even look where he's like, it's my arm. It's not here anymore. Or that who was it? They're saying something about Nazis and that they're our friends, not the Nazis.
He's like the Avengers, not the Nazis.
Yeah. This whole thing, this whole show's. I'll rewatch the third episode just to see the. Let me guess, you're not gonna push your seat up. I loved it, but no, I'm loving what they're doing so far, man. I mean, I'm loving Zemo. Everything they're doing with Zemo, I didn't think I wanted, and now I got it, and I was like,
oh yeah, I wanted all of this.
yeah. Now at this point, I'm kind of just sitting there like, I actually don't want anything to happen to him. I want him to just be around forever because he's funny. He
Yeah,
is
like just the fact that what did they released the like the hour-long cut of like him dancing.
best. That was so
Dances
good.
like every dad at a barbecue ever.
I loved it. That actor, he's so good. Just like Elizabeth Olsen, I think they all deserve every award. Even the dude that's playing John Walker, he deserves an award because he is doing so good at being such a garbage heap of a person.
I mean, okay, that's one way to put it, but
That
yeah,
is
like
one way to put it. And I don't mean, look, John Walker is a horrible person. Like he's just, ugh. But the dude that playing is doing so well. I really like him. I can't wait to see what else he's going to be in. I'm also really hoping that the power broker is, like you said last week, Doctor Doom, because now that you've said that, if it's not Doctor
yeah.
Doom, it's going to
I,
be disappointing. Look, I'm glad.
the only other way that I think the only other person that I'm putting my money on it being is what's her name? Sharon Carter.
You might be onto something there.
Like I want Doctor Doom,
Oh,
but
without a doubt. But if
it
it
like if
was,
it's Sharon Carter, like I won't be
because she
mad.
has kind of,
Yeah, like she's consistently like in positions of like power, like she's wealthy for no reason. Um
I did like the
and
painting thing.
and the fact that you've never actually seen the power broker, but it's like she knows, like she works for him, like it's the ultimate like
It's the ultimate.
what was it, like the Padme Amidala, like the, like you pretend like you have the
Yeah,
figurehead and then you have like the actual as like the
yeah.
servant of the,
I mean, and if it if
it's
it
the old
is her,
switcheroo.
if it is her, she's pulling a Moriarty. She's over here doing little bits, and hi, it was me the whole time.
It was Agatha all along.
I still love that song. Popped in my head the other day. I was on the truck just going, just singing it. They're like, "What are you singing?" You don't worry about it.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. Trust me. This is a and B conversation. But no, I mean, I did like the painting thing. All the paintings and museums are fake. The you act like you go no.
I mean, not wrong.
Yeah, not wrong. So funny. But I mean, look, if it is Sharon Carter, I am 100% down for that. If they give me Doctor Doom, though, I will lose my mind. I will be so happy because I think for a while, when they announced for Black Panther 2,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly, and I want to say I do, they said that Doctor Doom was going to be in that, or if he wasn't in it, he was going to be mentioned or something. That came back a while ago, though.
Well, maybe I should look it up in the Google.
Yeah, I want to say they said he was going to have some kind of role in Black Panther 2, which I really hope.
Ooh. All
Ooh.
right. Is this rumor or is this? Oh, yeah, it says sources have exclusively revealed that Doctor Doom is set to make his MCU debut in Black Panther 2.
What's the date on that?
About 3 months ago.
Yeah, okay. Because I remember at least a year ago I heard or read something about that. And hey, if Namor is going to be in Black Panther 2, as I think he is confirmed to be the villain, correct?
If I'm not mistaken, yes.
Because I feel like that was because I feel like they mentioned him in Endgame too. With there was a disturbance underwater.
Yeah, they set it up with the what was it, like the earthquake?
Yeah, yeah, the earthquake.
The earth, it was like earthquake off the coast of Africa or something like that.
Yeah,
And like it kind of set it up.
and if I remember, if I'm thinking right, Namor was a Fantastic Four villain as well, or
Ooh, that's
they have fought. Because I remember seeing an old comic book cover with Namor. So if that's the case, then I mean,
hmm. Let's look at the Marvel Wikia.
I don't know. I actually don't know who Namor is a main villain of.
That's, let's see, where's the, that's not the Wikia. That's, there it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Um, I want to say his main person was, because he's basically like he's like an evil version of Aquaman, right?
Yeah,
Because it's like the MCU version of Atlantis, and that's literally what he is, like King of Atlantis. And but
I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know who he's.
Yeah, I can't remember who he's a rogue for.
Uh, Fantastic Four, well, uh, kind of like the Avengers in a like he. It looks like he's one of those like
Bounces around
yeah,
villains.
like he's kind of like a in between kind of guy.
Yeah, like yeah, I know what you're talking about. Kind of like Deadshot. So I think Deadshot is he's both a Green Arrow villain and a Batman villain, if I remember right.
Well, not even like I'm talking like villain and hero. Like he's because he's technically like considered like a mutant, and so like he kind of wiggles around of like good guys versus bad guys.
Kind of just depending on which works for
Yeah,
him.
because
It's
like
kind of
he's
like a Catwoman or a Black Cat.
because like he is because like they're certain. It looks like there's storylines where he's been fighting against, and then there's storylines where he's fighting with.
Yeah, so it's kind of just whatever works for him or whenever it's convenient, I guess.
Yeah, like it's but I think that it would be a good way um to get him into the like the actual MCU, like being there with like the earthquake off of Atlantis. Like it could be something that happened in Atlantis, like off the coast of Africa, which basically they've put like Wakanda right over there on like that east side of Africa. So like it would make sense like with what they've set up, and I would like to see that. But it says that there's going to be like a lot of villains. So
Yeah, and I mean, hell, look, like I've said 1,000 times, Marvel knows what they're doing.
yeah, they've had this planned out for a few years.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever they decide to do, I'm okay. I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna work out. I really hope it's Doctor Doom because that does sound like it is kind of right up his alley.
Well, I don't. Yeah, so like I don't. I would love it to be Doctor Doom, but I don't think we'll get to. We might get a reference to who it is, but we won't actually see that person. And
Yeah. Or if we see him, it will be for half a second.
I don't even think we'll like we'll
Well,
probably see like a mask, right, or like a costume. Like we probably won't see if it's Doctor Doom. We're not saying it's going to be Doctor Doom, but if it's Doctor Doom, we probably get like a mask as opposed to like an actual person.
hey, I'm cool with just the mask. I'm cool. I'm cool with seeing that outfit. It's kind of like, have you seen the deleted scene for the Wolverine
Mm-mm.
where they're on the plane and the chick hands him a briefcase and he's like, what's this? And he opens it up and it's the classic Wolverine costume.
Ooh.
I saw that the other day. I was like, why? why why couldn't they have put that? Because it looked so beautiful. And it didn't look like, okay, it's campy as fuck. It looked like it was the Wolverine costume, but tactical. And oh, it looks so good. That helmet. I mean, it had the oh, and
Yeah,
then they didn't do it.
I have a feeling that they've got some stuff cooking over there that I want to know what this is going to lead into.
So do I. Because it really does kind of feel like just like a military style show where it's we have a terrorist threat, let's go ahead and deal with it, and then it's going to be a bye Buck, I'll see you later. And I'm sure it will lead into the future movies though, because
Oh, according to the showrunner Malcolm Spellman, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier will lead directly into at least three Marvel projects, but he will not say which ones. Hmm.
I am 100% fine with that.
So that means that not this week, but next week when we get the final episode. So it'll be 2 episodes from now when we get to discuss it.
Yes.
um, we'll know what pretty much like what those are probably going to be.
I can't wait, man. You know, Disney Plus got me fucked up though. You know, they got. Look, we live in a world where we don't have to wait weekly. We can just stream it. Now Disney Plus, like, hey, remember that world where you can stream? Yeah, we're still in it, but we're just gonna dangle it over so you remember who to send your money to. I think that's what it is. But no, thoughts so far on the show? We're what, 4 episodes in?
Yeah, four or six. So it's going to be a 6 episode show. So essentially, we got 6 hours worth of show. How long was
I think it's between 45 and an hour and 50 minutes per episode.
Now, how long was like WandaVision altogether?
Um,
Okay, so they said it was 5 hours and 50 minutes. So it's like just shy of 6 hours. So really and truly, it's three less episodes, but it's basically the same amount of show.
yeah, yeah.
So from what they were able to pull together in like those last couple of episodes for WandaVision, oh, we're in for some stuff.
And I can't wait. Oh,
Because
I can't
eventually,
wait.
yeah, like basically like this, the second act of this show ended when you see him like with the shield on his arm with like the blood spots on the bottom.
Yeah,
Like that's
that
the
was
last image of Act Two.
that'll get your blood pumped when you're just like,
That was my face at the end of that episode.
and you just hear that, that like dark slow guitar. And it's like, oh, daddy, yes, give me more.
This
Oh,
is
it's like I said at the beginning. I got such Homelander vibes,
yeah,
and
that's
because I love Homelander. Homelander is one of those characters where you're like, what the fuck is he gonna do? It's kind of like, what's he gonna do? Flip a coin? I'm not even gonna look because there's no telling. But no, for me, I'll give it 5 out of 5, man. I mean, it has not disappointed me at all. It's been funny where it needed to be, kind of dark where it needed to be, serious, all that. Like the beginning when they were doing the boxcar freight train, whatever. I can't remember the exact word.
oh the truck, yeah, the trucks that they were fighting, yeah.
And Bucky's sitting there like, this isn't gonna work. And she's just sitting there telling him, saying the whole Winter Soldier thing, and you see him like losing his shit. He's like, I don't want to do this. And then she says the last word, and she's like, "You're freed."
Mm-hmm. Oh
Oh,
God, so beautiful.
and I was crying because I was like, hey, "You deserved it, Bucky. You're free. You didn't want to do everything you did, but you did. So come here and give me a hug, buddy." Oh, so good, so good. 5 out of 5. I'll watch this another 15,000 times, and
Yeah, I'm curious to see what because now that they're in Act 3 of the show, like you're essentially looking at we're gonna tie storylines in together. So we have this whole Isaiah Bradley thing that we got to pull back in somehow. I
I
can't
can't
wait to
wait.
see that.
Can't wait. It's gonna be great. It really is. Marvel and Disney doing the Lord's work. I nothing else will. Honestly, I can't. I can't. I mean, it's. I get constantly reminded why I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Every time I watch an
these
episode, or
yeah
I
these
hear
these
about,
shows have been wonderful.
yeah, every time I hear about what's coming out, or whenever Disney Plus or Marvel or HBO Max or whoever drops something, I get reminded of why I love this kind of stuff, Marvel, horror, DC, all that. Because lately, Marvel hasn't disappointed me since Captain Marvel, and that's one out of like what 22 movies, I believe, not counting Black Widow. I think 22.
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, DC, the only two movies that actually disappointed me were Justice League and 84.
Are we talking about recently or just like all in all?
All in all.
Oh, I'm throwing I'm throwing the Batman with the Penguin and Catwoman in it. That movie was trash, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Okay, 3 movies.
Okay,
Three.
to prove my point, I would rather watch Batman and Robin than that movie.
Look, I wouldn't go that far.
No, I will go that far because at least I'm gonna laugh in
Yeah,
in
true.
Batman and Robin. At least there's like something to look forward to. There was nothing good about that movie.
Ice.
Batman Returns.
I mean, you got Arnold, so
The
I kind,
Ice Age.
so I kind of, yeah. But, but no, yeah. I mean, I get constantly reminded why I love this shit, and fans. Marvel has made a fan for life for me just through the movies alone. If I hadn't have already read the books or some of the comics, I mean, Falcon Winter Soldier is just another chapter in that page of why Marvel will always get my money.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting there, oh, I'm loving it so much, but Marvel can knock on my door right now and say, hey, we want your entire life savings for the rest of your life. But go ahead, take my money. Just give me good shit.
As long
I
as it goes to Moon Knight.
can't. Oh, I can't wait for that. Moon Knight is going to be so good. Oscar Isaac. That I don't even have to say anything. I just got to do the nod and the look. He's a great actor. He's great. But unfortunately, we have come to the part of the episode that I always hate, the ending.
Yeah.
Because as we've said 1,000 times, I could sit here and talk about this shit all day.
Yeah,
Really,
absolutely.
I really could. It's like I said earlier, I'm constantly reminded of why I love this stuff. And I genuinely do feel bad about the people who I feel bad for the people who don't fully understand it because they're missing out on some good shit. They're missing out on some great story. But you have anything else you want to add, my friend?
No, just next week we'll have our episode 5, and we'll. Are you going to be able to watch Mortal Kombat?
Yes, I'm off on Sunday. My off days are Wednesdays and Sundays.
Okay,
So
so
if it
yeah, we'll do Mortal Kombat then too. So we'll
yes,
have our Mortal
if it
Kombat
premieres on a
review.
Friday, if I don't watch it Friday, I'll watch it Sunday.
Yeah, we'll have that. So Mortal Kombat and an episode 5, and then we'll have the big finale episode next
Can't
for
wait.
because
Can't
we'll
wait.
probably have a lot to talk about for the ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yes. I also will say, when the Long Halloween Part 1 and 2 are both officially out,
Mm-hmm.
I will be doing a full review on it. It might be a separate video, but I will be doing a full review of both of them. So keep that in the mind for when you see new videos uploaded. Once both part, I'm not going to worry about doing it part by part because I'd rather watch it in one sit, full watch, give you my full thoughts because that is without a doubt one of my favorite Bat books. So I want to see how they did it. And Jensen Ackles has a voice like butter, so I'll listen to his voice
Pudding.
all day. Yeah, pudding. But no, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We're here. We're here. Hey,
And if
hey.
you have any questions, yeah, just like let us know. We'll be happy to answer them. Give you
Yeah,
whether opinion. If it's just actual questions on like storyline, we'll let you know like the things that you're missing. Like if you have like a question about like, oh, why is this important? Like we can,
yeah.
if
Why is
it's something based in the actual lore, like we can give you some answers.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll do like I do a certain. Well, see, back in the day, back in the '80s, and it's like, look, I didn't want 90 years of I just wanted to know who that is. Well, you need to know this. But thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, all that. We plan on doing a Q&A soon. So, well, once we figure out when we're going to do that, we'll let you know. But if you have nothing else to add, this was Nerd is the Word. I am Josh.
I'm Jeff.
And may the force be with you.
And this is the way.